ranking member of the House Budget Committee. Congressman Jason Smith joins us ahead of the Senate vote-a-rama. Congressman, great to have you here. When all is said and done, does the Senate pass this?
You know, it all rests in basically a couple Democrat senators' hands. We're going to see in the next few days, especially those two new senators from Georgia, if they're going to decide to vote with the people that elected them in Georgia or the donors that funded their campaigns in California and New York. Because what a lot of people don't talk about is in the late of the night, when the House passed the legislation, they changed the formula and how to disperse over $500 billion of funding to state and local governments that punishes states that elected Donald Trump and rewards their friends, their donors, and allies. So we'll see if those few senators will stand up and support the people that elected them, or they'll support their party leaders.
But Congressman, let's be realistic. Those two senators from Georgia are going to vote with the Democrats. I think there's a 0% chance of something other than that happening. This obviously, like so much in this current congressional situation, comes down to Manchin and Sinema. How do those guys, or those two, vote, I should say?
You know, I think get a bag of popcorn, because I think you should also add Tester and Angus King to it. They've been bringing up all kinds of issues and concerns, whether it's too much in unemployment insurance. As you know, Bernie Sanders is going to still try to offer the minimum wage amendment. There's a lot of conflict, and what people forget, it's a 50-50 vote, so it only takes one senator to bring it down. And I think Joe Biden's learning now that you need to be bipartisan. You need to work together instead of just try to rush something through a $1.9 trillion spending package to reward your friends and allies. Let's reward the working class and Americans and not punish the working class.
All right, let's talk about infrastructure right now, because yesterday President Biden hosted a bipartisan group of House members at the White House as he prepares to push forward a major infrastructure package. Exactly what's in it, still to be determined as far as we know anyway. But your colleague from Missouri, Sam Graves, was there at this meeting. Have you discussed this with him? What did he say?
You know, the last thing we need to do is pass a multi-trillion-dollar spending package that is a catch-all grab bag list for Green New Deal priorities. We need to make sure that it's about building roads and bridges and helping take care of all Americans. That includes rural America. That's a priority. Our party's about infrastructure. We're about building, but we need to all work together and make sure that this money just doesn't go to the coastal elites.
Finally, Joe Biden is ordering his top advisors to visit the border amid this migrant surge as his immigration bill is delayed until April, as Nancy Pelosi is kind of having some trouble finding the Democrat votes. Congressman, is Biden just now realizing the ramifications of his executive order? And if so, how is it happening so late in his mind?
You know, I can imagine why Biden and Pelosi are having problems finding Democrat votes for this package that kills American jobs, allows illegal immigration to just cross our border, creating this migrant crisis that we're seeing down here. It's about time that Joe Biden and Pelosi listens to the American people who are fed up with his policies putting illegal immigrants over U.S. citizens.
And we'll take a look here at some of these numbers. You'll see migrant children in HHS custody February 22nd to March 1st, 321 per day. And then we have another one to show you late January to early February. 203 is the weekly average you see in the middle of your screen there, and 47 per day the first week of January. You see those numbers really increasing. How alarming is that?
It's very alarming, and it's only going to get worse because Joe Biden has opened his arms and said amnesty for all, come into our country. And one of his first policies was to eliminate the building our border wall. We saw what just happened this week with 13 illegal immigrants being killed in a car accident along the border. This is what happens when you have reckless policies coming from the White House.
Congressman Jason Smith, we appreciate your time and your insight this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Have a great morning.
You too.